What is going on, everybody? I am, of course, Gordon from Min23, and welcome to a brand new video. We are back in the mini Let's Play. That's right. I didn't forget about it. I told you guys I'd make a video, and here we are. Welcome to Dying Light. If you've never heard of Dying Light, well, guess what? Now you have. Dying Light is a first-person parkour ARPG, pretty much. It's a zombie game, so you kill zombies. Um, this game is made by the original, or I say original, is made by the developers that did Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide, which is Techland Studios. Those two games were great in their own thing. They were amazing games. They did have some quirky bugs about them, but that's what made Dead Island games so much fun. And then years after that, they made Dying Light, which to me is probably one of the best games of the zombie genre that you can play. It's got everything that you would want. It's got zombies. It's got weapons of all kinds. You have, like, right now I'm having this katana. You got this machete, which I have kitted out with, like, electricity and flames on it. You got this crossbow, which if you buy the game now, it has the following DLC in it, which is the massive DLC this game got, which is an incredible DLC. But it's pretty much the standard edition of the game now, and this is part of it. You get a crossbow, and there's also a bow and arrow as well. And this crossbow it's pretty lethal. You got crowbars, you got all kinds, daggers, sickles, scythes, all kinds of weapons. You even have actual guns. You have pistols, shotguns, rifles, submachine guns. You can have grenades, shurikens, throwing star. It has everything you would want. It's got crafting. So you pretty much let's see. You go into here. This is like the, the main menu of the game. You got your quests, simple questing things. This game does have a lot of repeatable quests that you can do over and over and over again for rewards or money or whatever. You got challenges. They have bounties, which is another thing that they added with the following, just to give you things to do after you've beat the main game already. So this game has plenty to do in it, and there's even stuff to do after it. So it's pretty good. The PvP mode, Be the Zombie, is I think pretty decent. I haven't really played it, but I think people still play it. I'm not sure. You got an inventory system. Yes, this game does have an inventory system, and you can only carry so many items. But as I said, this is, as I said before, you can have an assault rifle, you can have pistols, as I said, sickle, machete. They got bats, all kinds of stuff. You can even craft shields, which can protect you, from zombies or whatever. You can also equip them with modifiers to protect you from, fire or toxins or whatever. You do have weapon upgrades. These are things you apply to when you make a blueprint, which is this. So this is basically, I haven't found all the blueprints. There's a ton of blueprints in this game. This is just the ones that I have found. There are many. These are just, okay, well, these are utilities. These are different things that you can make, you can make boosters to help you go faster, see better at night, firecrackers for distractions, lockpicks. This game does have a lockpicking mini game to it to open up, cars and chests and stuff like that. You can, here you can make different throwing weapons, as I said, grenades, special bombs, throwing stars, flares, molotovs, all kinds of stuff. And then these are buggy upgrades. These are for the following DLC stuff. You can get a buggy that you drive around in, so you can, make stuff for that. So yeah, there's a lot to do in this game. There is a lot of things you can do and make and craft in this game. So yeah, there's all the blueprints. And I said, once you find a blueprint, so I can make all-purpose toxic striker. So I use one melee weapon that I have in my inventory, and it'll add small toxic effect to my attacks. So if I make that, then I can upgrade it and add in these upgrades right here, these weapon upgrades. So if I add a champion upgrade, it doesn't show it in here, but whenever you would upgrade a weapon that doesn't have any attributes to it, it'll show you what it increases. Sometimes it'll increase the handling, the damage, how much durability it has. You can make a really, really supreme weapon of your choice if you really played it out right. And here you have skills. I am rushing through this main menu part because I know you guys probably just want to see the main core gameplay. So, as I said, all this stuff I'm kind of rushing through really quickly. So bear in mind, bear with me. But you do have skills. This is an RPG kind of game, so you do have level ups. Um, you have survivor, agility, power, and then legend. Legend is the thing that they added with the following. It's kind of like a after you hit max level for all of these, then you can go even further. And in this skill tree, you can increase your skills even more with certain things. So, like with one-handed weapons, I can go above the maximum, that you would hit when you would hit the max level of the other 3 skills. But this allows you to go even more than that in other skills. So yeah, it's kind of neat. It gives you another incentive to play the game more if you wanted to get better skills. Be more badass, so to speak. And you have power, which deals with melee combat. So you got like a kick stun that you can do when a zombie attacks you. You can kick stun them to stun them basically. You got a stun kill. So if you stun him, you can push you can push X, and then you can execute them in front of you. Then you have these, which is combat add up. This game does have stamina for running and fighting. So in the beginning of the game, you will run out of stamina fairly quickly. If you're jumping and climbing everywhere, hitting zombies left and right, you will run out of stamina fairly quickly. But with this skill, it makes it even more, and you get more access to abilities. And then, of course, you have the next one, which makes you even better. And then you have the ultimate one, which lets you have, which pretty much lets you have unlimited stamina. So you'll never get tired when fighting in combat. And the same goes for agility. Here you have a lot of agility-based things, so like, throwing down zombies or slide kicking, drop kicking, stuff like that. Climbing over things, stuff like that. And then it has the same thing, ultimate runner, which will allow you to run, jump, and climb without getting tired. So you pretty much have unlimited stamina when running. So yeah, getting these skills, it takes a lot of time. I didn't get max level for agility and my combat one until at least towards the end of the game, because there's just it takes a while to get to those skills. But you will get enough level to get everything. It's not like you have to go down a certain tree. You will get everything, in the game. You'll get every ability. And then Survivor is, just Survivor stuff. They have traps throughout the game, like this one, exploding cars. Like, you can learn how to use the cars that have like explosives on them, which you can use to cause distractions or kill enemies with it, and stuff like that. And you'll get access to a grappling hook in this tree. Which, getting the grappling hook, I said, you probably won't get the grappling hook like till the end of the game unless you just grind out the XP for this, which you could easily do. But if you play through the game, you will definitely max everything out by just playing through the game at least once. I don't think I had to play anything over again to get every skill for the entire game. So, yeah. So that's the basic, and that's the basic skills and blueprints, stuff like that. This is the map for this area. Now, there is this area and another area in the game. So there's 2 areas of the game that you play in. This is more of the kind of slums, so to speak, the sort of suburbs that you're in. So yeah, basically the premise behind the game is you are this guy that you are now, Kyle Crane, and you are contracted with a organization called the GRE, or the Global Relief Effort, who is trying to find a cure to a zombie plague that has hit the city of Haran, which we are in right now. And you are tasked to find any information about a cure and to take down a guy called Rise, who supposedly has information or codes or whatever that will allow other people to make the virus. And of course, he's trying to sell it to the highest bidder, and it's your job to find out where he's at, why he's doing it, and stuff like that. So you basically get parachuted in, and you get dropped into hell, basically. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the premise of the game. So I guess we'll just go on with gameplay. I've already beat the game, so there's no real missions to do, which is good. You won't have no spoilers. So I could just show you some of the combat that this game has. So basically, you know, you have your standard melee attack, so boom. This game, it is gory. It's pretty good as far as the gore. I really think this is what as I said before, this is what Dead Island should have been if I didn't say that already. Because the combat in this game is superb. Now, I'm not saying that you are invincible in this game, because you can get swarmed very easily if you're not paying attention. Because these zombies are no freaking joke. They will murder you instantly. But, I mean, it's just... I mean, just... Alright. You have to forgive me, because I haven't played this game in some time. Oh, I love that. The slow-mo... Oh, it's great. These zombies are a little tough, so... Go around and find some, like, more slower ones. Here's the grappling hook. It's basically a grappling hook. It gets you pretty far into areas that you would need to get to, so you can traverse the city pretty quickly once you get it. There's no fast travel in this game, so you basically have to run and jump and climb everywhere that you go. Oh, here we go. We can go help this guy. Ow, I messed that up. Thanks, buddy. They do have little events like that you can do to get money and rewards and stuff. Some are worth it more than others, but and there is all fucking English good. There is also scavenging in this game, so you do have to scavenge for, you know, resources and parts for, you know, to make things. You can find money. You know, food is another thing if you want to regain health without using any bandages. And as I said before, there is lockpicking. Okay, that doesn't have a lockpick on it. But there's lockpicking in this game, you know, to get into cars that might have stuff in it. We'll drop to kick these. The drop kicking is amazing in this game. Then we have a little ground finisher. It's great. Once you get your skills up to like the max level, this game is just superbly fun to go around and kill zombies all day. It's great. And as I said, the parkour system is really cool in this game. The parkour system is what really sells the game, to be honest. I mean, killing the zombies in this game is fantastic, don't get me wrong, but just parkouring everywhere to get where you need to go is just great. I mean, you can pretty much just combo things everywhere just to get where you need to go. I mean, I basically just, you know, you'll never stop running. Again, well, at the beginning you will, because, you know, you don't have a lot of the stamina, but, you know, it's great. Oh, it's so fantastic. I mean, this is pretty much the game. I mean, there's no real special, you know, thing to it. You just go around and kill zombies. Yeah, and I first played this game on Xbox One, when it first came out, which at the time was pretty good game for that. It didn't run very good though. The frame rate was not great on that game. But when I got it on PC, I just had to play through it again, and I did not regret getting it again. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, this is basically the game. There's nothing really to it. Excuse my voice. The game is very difficult at first because you will have blunt weapons that don't do jack shit, you know, for enemies. But again, once you level up and stuff, I mean, this game is fantastic. And as I said, you want to jump in there and kill all those zombies, you can go right ahead, but you probably would die because of how many zombies there is. You know, just because it's a couple of zombies, you can still get swarmed. Even if, you know, I'm beefy as all get out, but I would still get just, you know, wrecked by just one little zombie. Now there is different enemy types. That guy right there that I just sliced the head off of, Those guys are pretty tough. They take a couple of hits to go down. That zombie right there that I just killed, they're the basic enemy types. You do have fast zombies. Those are, they're kind of, I want to say they're kind of like recently infected because they still have stamina and agility like they would if they were human. And sometimes you can hear like a human voice in them. I know that sounds really weird, but you'd have to, if we find them, I'll have to show you what you mean. And you do have a look over your shoulder. I'll explain why that's a thing in a little bit, because there is something very special about this game's nighttime setting that you guys are actually gonna love. The nighttime setting it's fun. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but this game is a beautiful game. It's very, very beautiful game. The weather effects are pretty nice. It only rains. I think sometimes there's fog. I've only ran into fog once. But there is rain, and the raining at night is very, very pretty. That bridge right over there. Now, that bridge, you can actually legit climb all the way to the top of that bridge. And I will say, climbing that bridge is not fun, because you have to do that for a mission at night. And I will hopefully revert back to me saying this when I show you the nighttime as to why climbing that at night was not fun. Yeah, I mean, this game pretty much has no restriction of where you can go. I want to go up there, I can go up there. I climb up here, and then boom, we're up here. You know, if I want to go up to that radio tower, which, you know, you can do. That building up there, you can climb to it, but you have to go in the building and up to the top. And that lets you see all of Haran. That town over there, that's the city. That's the main city of Haran. That's the stadium. This game, the zombie infection happens during the Olympic Games, which came to this city. And that's pretty much, you know, where it started or whatever. Oh yeah, this area. I remember coming over to this area. This area is kind of creepy. This little area, if I remember correctly, is where you first do the nighttime stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I'm really trying my best to come up with some ideas to show you guys the game. I mean, as I said, it's pretty much basic, you know. It's just jumping and parkouring everywhere. I mean, it's a zombie killing game. It's basically what it is. It's kind of, you know, okay, here's some fast zombies. I was hoping we were going to run into these. These are the fast zombies. Now, as you can see, they will dodge your attacks sometimes. But, as you can see, they're not as, like, you know, messed up as these dudes are. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that will bring up a great point that I just had to repair my weapon. This game does have a repair system in the game for your weapons. And once you repair it, have no more repairs, and it breaks, it's broke for good, I think. I don't know if there's a way to get the repairs back. I don't think there is. If there is, I've never found it. But once you run out of repairs, the weapon's broken, you can't use it anymore. But there is a skill that you can get that will mitigate the chance of it using a repair. So you'll get lucky and have 5 repairs. You know, it loses its durability, you repair it, and you still get the 5 repairs. So it's a very nice skill to have, and it's helped me out a lot of times on one weapon. I think I've had one weapon before where I used maybe 1 repair, like, out of like 20 times that I used it. So yeah. I mean, I guess I'll show you guys the crossbow, which is like I said, it's a very cool weapon. If you see all these blue tarps everywhere, these blue tarps are indications of where you can land, even trash bins, where you will not take fall damage, which is really nice. I meant to climb, and I did a drop kick. So you can pretty much go up to this. Okay, let's try that again. You can go up here, and as long as you land in the trash bin or the blue things, you're fine. You lose no health, and you're good to go. It's all bullshit, trust me. It probably is, but hey, it's a video game. Who cares? But that's a very easy way of you getting away from zombies, if there is any. It's a nice little quick escape to get out of places. Um, as I said, the crossbow is very cool. It's, you know, one shot to the head and they're pretty much dead. It works wonders on these big old giant ones. If anybody's played Dead Island, if you remember the goons, they were like the big, like, swinging arm dudes. The crossbow takes them down pretty easily. At least I have think so. Or at least I think so. Think so? My brain's not working today. So yeah, and you can get the bolts back, which is nice. A lot of games, sometimes you can't even get the arrows back, and I like that the game does that. Back to the enemy types. Now, we saw the fast zombies, we saw the normal ones. You haven't seen goons yet, which you probably won't. You have to go to certain areas to find them. There are these things called bloaters, which they kind of shoot acid at you that can really mess you up. If you got a bloater and he shoots like 1 or 2 at you and you have zombies hitting you, you're gonna go down fast. And they suck. They are hardcore, like, a pain in the ass when they just come out of nowhere. They're easy to take down, but they just, you know, they're not fun in any way. Let's see, what else? As I said, you can sell things for money. There's a money system in the game to buy weapons and upgrades. But most of the time you really won't buy any upgrades, or at least I never did, because I always constantly found them off dudes. There is human enemies in the game, both like guys with guns, which are primarily Rise's men. That's the dude that you have to you know, take down or whatever. Which those dudes can be pretty tough because they like to throw shit at you. If you're just sitting on a high perch wanting to shoot them from up high, they will throw shit at you to get you down. And you have normal little bandit guys that are around and stuff like that. Sometimes you can find some pretty nice weapons on them. Yeah. As far as loot, there's not a whole lot of loot as far as weapons. It's not like Borderlands where every enemy you kill gives you a weapon. You know, I don't know if any. Well, that was weird. I don't know what just happened there. My game just freaked out there. You pretty much find weapons and stuff in chests and locked police cars. And the harder the lock, usually grants you a better reward. So here, bye zombie. So you can see here, lockpicking medium, meaning this would be a medium lockpick. So it's a basic lockpicking, just like Skyrim or Fallout. You find the weak spot, you go to it, and you open it. And with this being a medium lock, it should be okay. So some tomahawks and an enforcer mod, so it's okay. But if you were to find one that's like a very hard lockpick, which those are difficult, you have to find the one little spot for it to work. Sometimes those can net you some pretty good weapons, or net you some pretty good guns, or some pretty good swords, or whatever of the like. So yeah, that's pretty much basically the loot system of the game. There is never a bad idea of picking up stuff out of chests. You can constantly go around and just find stuff to pick up, because there'd be no repercussion of doing so. So if I were you, if you play this game, constantly just pick up stuff from everywhere. You'd be surprised when you go to make a weapon or something, and you have enough resources to make it, because you're constantly picking up things. So it's nice to do. There are safe zones in the game that kind of little outposts that you can go to, you know, to find gear, you know, not gear, but find supplies and a place to save, or not save, but advance time. And there's no saving in this game. It's all checkpoint saves, which is kind of bleh. I don't really like checkpoint save games, but it's whatever. But as you can see here, you have like this safe house over here, which you can go to, or safe zone. You got this safe zone. So there's multiple safe zones you can go to, but before you get them, you actually have to clear them out. So there'll probably be zombies around it, and you got to clear them out. You got to do some extra things to unlock the safe zone, so you can get to it. These biohazard symbols are quarantine zones, meaning these are buildings that were quarantined off by by whatever biological team that was in here. Those areas you get these things called supply drops. It's not like Call of Duty supply drops, I promise you. But it's supply drops that the GRE sends in to people from planes. There is planes that come by in the game every so often that drop supplies. You can get those supplies. You grab them, you go to the quartermaster at the main little area, and they give you XP for it. That is a good way of maximizing your XP gain, trying to level up your skills, because you get so much. You can carry as many as you want, I believe. So if you have like a bunch of them, like 6 or 7 of them, turn them in all at once and you will net yourself a lot of XP. It's really good to do that. But these quarantine zones are very hard. It depends on what the quarantine zone is. Some of them can be very difficult because they will have this special enemy type that you guys will hopefully, well, you're definitely going to see when I show you about the nighttime. Because those guys are difficult and they're scary. They're really scary. But the quarantine zones you can do over and over and over again. So as you can tell, you can pretty much just grind out these things over and over, and you can just level your way up that way if you want. As I said, you can basically get everything by just playing through the game. At least that's how I did it. I never really, I didn't really grind out these quarantine zones because I just don't care for them. Because, you know, some of them were scary. So yeah. Those are pretty little fun things to do. If you want a little challenge. Speaking of challenge, this game does have different difficulty modes, I believe. I think there's just like normal, and then there is a survival mode, which your health regenerates slower. Enemies do a lot more damage, but I think you do as well. So if you're looking for a good survival challenge, this would be a perfect game to do it in. Primarily me, I just played on normal because, well, I just don't have the, I don't have the brass to do that, and besides, I just want to go around killing things all day and not have to worry about, certain factors. Yes, zombies have a tendency to do this. They do that all the time, and it is the funniest thing in the world, and it never is not funny to see. You will be amazed at how many zombies do that all the time. I mean, it is hilarious, and hearing them scream on the way down is even better. Especially if you drop kick one like off the ledge or something, you just hear them go off of a ledge. It is great, as you can see there. There is like limb breaking in this game to zombies. Like you can stun them in certain areas. And I missed that zombie there. Okay. Bash your head in. So you can stun them in certain areas. So you see there, I stunned him in the chest, so that's a trap that I didn't want to walk into. Let's see, what else is in Dying Light? There's not much. As I said, it's a pretty simple game, really. There's no meta to it to do good. Oh yeah, landing on top of cars will also mitigate any fall damage you get as well. Fall off the car. Go ahead, fall off the car. Fall off the car. Do it. Do it. Fall off the car. Oh, I just love that splatter effect. This game's gore is perfect. Like, it is spot on amazing. As I said, there's car traps. I've already said that. I would like to show you guys the other city, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to spoil too much of the game. Because that area is pretty cool, and I kind of would let people want to figure that on their own. That's a pretty decent sized area. That's where the game gets very, I wouldn't say difficult, but the challenge kind of jumps up a little bit in that area just because of how urban it is. It is a very urban area, which I would love more zombie games to do more urban areas, like the second part of this game. I guess the only thing to show you would be the nighttime setting. Because there's not much else to show. I don't want to show any of the following DLC. Again, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Not necessarily just story spoilers, but just gameplay spoilers in general. Like I said, with the mini Let's Play series, it's just going over the basic stuff, showing you guys the game a little bit, seeing what it has to offer, and stuff like that. Stomp her head in. It's great. And different, going back to the weapons, different weapons do different types of damage. So a crowbar is going to do more blunt damage, which will be like, more forceful and brutal, and good for knocking them down. And of course, blades, like the machete here, is more visceral, so it'll cut limbs off, fairly quickly. I tend to like using machetes and stuff better, or pissing off all of the zombies in the world right now. So we're just gonna grapple up here. Go up here. There we go. So yeah, I mean, you basically, like I said, this game is just, it's a running zombie killing simulator. Basically what the game is. There is different outfits you can get for your character. There's some pretty funny ones. You can get like a business suit or a ninja outfit. There's a couple of other ones that you can do. As far as the content, guys, I said when you buy this game, the main like package is the following edition, and it just has so much content to do. There's so many challenges, stuff to do. As I said, the following DLC itself is just a major, big expansion of the game. So yeah, I mean, like I said, the game is fantastic. I would buy it now. Don't wait for a sale. If you're looking for a great zombie game, this would be the perfect one to get. As I said, it's an amazing game. And what's also cool is Techland, they are still giving out DLC for this game, even after I think it's been 4 or 5 years since this game's been out. For this year, for 2018, they're doing 10 big pieces of DLC. They've done 4 or 5 so far. A lot of people are kind of on the fence about them doing it because there are a lot of people wanting them to do Dying Light 2. But we have no idea if they're even doing Dying Light 2 right now. They really haven't said. I don't think they're going to say anything right now. But there is a new PvP game mode coming out called Bad Blood. It's like a survival type multiplayer mode where there's 6 other players, and you basically have to get blood samples, or enough blood samples, and you have to escape by helicopter, but you cannot board the helicopter unless you have enough samples. So if it gets down to you and another player, you might have to kill that player to get his resources so you can survive to escape on the helicopter. There's a couple of videos on it. I think GameSpot and IGN did one. The only thing I don't like about their videos is the players that they have are just crappy at it. But they're calling it a Battle Royale mode, and it's not a Battle Royale mode. It's really not, so don't if you're going to watch the video, don't take it as a Battle Royale mode, because it's not. If anybody's played the Division Survival DLC, it's basically that, which is just to survive the elements and get to an extraction point with a certain item to escape. That's basically the premise. So yeah. So seeing how we are close back to the main safe house, let me show you guys the nighttime. And I think that'll do it for a video. Sorry if this video is rough. As I said, it's just a mini Let's Play, so I kind of just run into things, fairly quickly. Like I said, there's not much to the game. I mean, it's basically a zombie killing game. If you've played Dead Island, then you've played Dying Light. But don't take that as, oh, I've played that, so I don't have to play Dying Light. No. You should play Dying Light, because Dying Light is a superb game. It is one of my top games of all time. I love Techland Studios. They've put so much love into this game. They really, really have. They are one company that I have seen in recent years that will give more content to this game for free and not ask for no money. They just want to do it because they like the game. And I think that is a big this is a small rant, I'm sorry. I think that is a big problem with game developers nowadays. They don't want to make the game that they want to play. They want to make the game that they will get money from it. That's why loot boxes have been such a major thing, because that's all game companies are looking for now. It's just money and ways to exploit the consumer, or for as us video gamers. And I think if more game devs made a game that they wanted to play, regardless of what the staple of the current genre is going on of the year, I think we would have way more fun games than what we do now. Not saying games are not fun right now, but sometimes it gets a little boring when, for example, now we got COD World War II that came out, last year. Now we have possibly Battlefield 5 being a World War II clone. And then we have a couple of other World War II games that are coming out. It's just another full swing of cycle going back to where every game comes out, it has to follow a certain genre, and it shouldn't. Honestly, it shouldn't do that. One game in particular that I think kind of have broken that is Kingdom Come Deliverance. That's a game that just kind of came out. It's it's a sword fighting game. We haven't really seen a sword fighting, well, not sword fighting, but more of a that kind of particular game in a long time. Like Witcher 3 is the only game that I can think of that is of that style. I'm not going to call Skyrim that because it's not like that. Skyrim is an RPG, whereas Kingdom Come is more of a, first person, like 17th century simulator. So that was just a little rant. I'm sorry. I know that had nothing to do with the video, but I'm just saying, game devs, you guys need to make the games you want to make, not what people think. Plain and simple. That's my spiel on it. Okay. Nighttime setting. For this, we're going to need my UV flashlight. Now, the reason why nighttime is not great, and the reason why you're seeing so much ultraviolet light, is because of one thing only. Volatiles. And yes, this is as dark as the game gets. It's dark. It's pretty goddamn dark. And now this little thing that I just did, this little kind of scanner thing, this scans your surroundings to find any kind of enemies or items that you can find. And, okay, if you just heard that squeal, that right there is a volatile. Now, the volatiles are like super infected zombies. They can run freakishly fast and can very, very much kill you in an instant. Now, if you are caught by 2 or 3 of these things and you're running through the streets, you are going to have a bad time. Because these things don't give 0 fucks about you. So, yeah. And you can sneak around them. There is an element to sneak around them. If you're quiet enough, you will not alert them. Now, if you see in the upper right-hand corner of my mini-map, it's very hard to see, I'm sorry if it is, you'll see there's a cone of vision. As long as you're not in that cone of vision, you'll be fine. So I can sneak by them right now, and he not notice me. But if I start running around and start hitting things near him, see, he freaks out. And they will go to that point of noise to find out what that is. Now, the only way to escape them is to come to safe houses like this, where there's just UV light. They only come out during the night because they are vulnerable to sunlight. So coming to this is your best bet. But you're also equipped with a UV flashlight that you can use as a temporary safe thing. But it drains very quickly. That's when the whole looking behind you comes in handy, because you can use the UV flashlight if they're running after you to stun them so you can get away. Now, fighting these things early on is, don't even try it. If you want, you can kill them, but it will be very, very difficult. You can kill them now if you have a lot of good weapons and gear. But, as I said, it's very difficult at first. But these things you can easily kill if you do it right. See, I just downed him in 3 hits. Now, the thing with this is, if you alert one, you alert the others. As you can see, I have 2 little diamonds next to me. That means that there is at least I'm at that alert state. Now, as you can see, he won't come near me because I'm in the UV light. And you can see there I got agility points. Now, during the day, when you're leveling up, you get points based off your jumping, killing things, climbing things. You get points based off everything. At night, all those points are doubled. So you have a catch-22. You can go out at night and get double XP, but you'll have that potential threat on you at all times. So, it's up to you if you want to travel at night and give yourself a challenge. If you do, I highly recommend doing it because it's fun, it's exhilarating, and it's scary. And that's what it's meant to be. That was the big stipulation when this game came out, was, good night, good luck. That's what they mean, because if you were caught out at night, you were going to have a bad time. Now, as I said, I can take those things down easily. They're not scary to me anymore because, again, they're just that easy. Here in the slums area, they're okay. Once you start getting into the city of Haran, it becomes more dangerous because there's more of them, but they're more compact. So getting around in that area is pretty creepy. especially during the nighttime, or I'm sorry, during the raining and nighttime and those guys. I don't know what it is, that combo of a thing. It's just creepy and scary. Um, so yeah, you'll meet them, on your travels. So again, the first bit when you go through it, it's scary. But once you level up and get your skills going, they become nothing. Now you do have normal zombies still at night, so you can get caught by them if you're not paying attention. That's why it's the best to stick to the rooftops, because that's basically where the volatiles kind of stay away from. They do travel on the roofs, but not as much. Some of them will climb up, but you can climb higher than them sometimes as long as you're careful. You can really traverse the area at night. It's not that bad. It's just going to be creepy at first. And as I said, if you are ever caught at night and you just don't expect it because you're out looting or you're out killing things, as long as you find that little blue light, you'll be perfectly fine to go. As long as you find UV lights, as I just said, you will be fine. Just try and get to that as quick as you can, and you'll be good to go. Now, they do have UV flares. Now, flares are kind of used as a distraction in this game, or as a temporary lighting. But they do have UV flares you can create as like a little mini safe zone, so to speak. Which are very handy when you can make them. And I can't climb over this fence. Here we go. But see, now I'm at here, and now I'm at the safe zone. So, yeah, as I said, and you can bait them a lot. I do that a lot. I kind of just sit on the fence where they can't see me, and I bait them, and they just scream at me, and it's hilarious. I've had a couple of them glitch up to a safe area that they're not supposed to be in, and it was the scariest things of my entire life. So look out for that, because they can glitch into a safe area. But yeah, as you can see, nighttime it's very, very cool. The ambience for this game is so amazing. Like, I could literally go sit in a building and just have the ambience just go all day, because it's just a nice ambience. And the nighttime setting is so peaceful. Well, not peaceful, but I find it peaceful. But the way the lighting is and the colors, it looks really, really unique. So, it's a nighttime setting. Again, to me, it's nothing, but to somebody else who's new to Dying Light and they don't know it, it will be the creepiest thing that you will ever go into. Trust me. It's not fun. And the following DLC, with you being in the buggy at night, that is even creepier, because they go as fast as your buggy can go. And it's even more creepier. You can outfit your buggy to be, pretty beefy, but trust me, they'll get you. They don't mess around. So yeah, guys, honestly, I can't think of much else to show you guys. We covered pretty much covered everything: the melee, the parkour system, all that kind of stuff, the drop kicking, grappling hook, weapons, skills. Again, I don't want to show you guys the Haran city, because again, that's a big, that's another major part of the game. And I don't want to show. See, we survived the night. And you do get a ranking based off what you do at night. So if you just explore all night, you'll get like explorer. Or if you kill a bunch of volatiles, you'll get like a different kind of ranking. I don't think you get anything extra for it. Just kind of like a, hey, you did this, good job kind of thing. But yeah, I don't want to show the following DLC just because that's a big DLC. And I would have to do a whole lot in that DLC just to show you guys it all. Yeah, again, if you've never played Dying Light, I highly recommend you pick it up and play it. It's a fantastic, fun game. There is co-op to the game, so if you have a buddy that wants to play co-op, please play this game co-op, because I've played a little bit of co-op with a buddy of mine, and it was pretty fun for what little we did. You can have a lot of fun in this game. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. As I said, I'm always going to say it multiple times. It's a great game. It's a fantastic game made by a fantastic developing team that I love so much because of what they do for the game. They are a true testament of what a game developer should be. Making content that they want for their game that people are going to like regardless. And it's good. I think any zombie game developer should look at this game and follow its everything. Follow its everything, because this is what a zombie game should be. It should have awesome melee, you know, just creepy moments at times, harrowing combat when you get surrounded by 20 zombies and having to deal with actual like human enemies that have guns and swords, and just it's amazing. It's a fantastic game. 10 out of 10 in my book. I highly recommend it. So everybody, please give me a comment if you would like to know if you want anything more. If you have any issues with any issues that you would like me to see redo or anything like that, please let me know. Tell me what you like about it, or if you've played it, any experiences you've had with the game before. I would love to read those. Just comment to say have a nice day. It don't matter to me. Share the video if you would like. I know there's thousands and thousands of Discords that you could share it with if they allow that. You can share it with Facebook if you want. I don't really care. Just let this game be known, because it's a fun game. It's a really, really fun game. So guys, that's gonna do it for me. So until the next one, y'all take it easy.